Jalen Hurts, my favorite pick to grab, but I got someone that can replace him in the AFC.
Jalen Hurts is NFC too. Yeah,
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts is NFC. Dak Prescott. We got some players now. We got some dog. We got Justin Fields. What up, though? Yo, it is time for the Nasty Boys. Yours truly, OG Tim Wilson, Big Ed Wayz, to bring you the show where we talk a little shop and we talk a lot of sports and we talk a little shit. Yeah, it's the Showdown. Hey, yo, 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 what up, though? It's your boy OG Tim Wilson, and I am here with the homies Big Ed and Wayz, and it is time for the Showdown. Football has been kicking off. We've already had a preseason game. There's more to come. Everybody's in camps, so I mean it's ramping up, man. It's about to be football season, and we all love football season. But it's been a while since we've seen each other, so I gotta ask you, Big Ed, what's going on, man?
Nothing much, nothing much. Chilling, like the villain I am. Got a PS5 this weekend.
Oh, we got a PS5 this weekend.
Yeah, part of my birthday present. I was, man, I was jacked about that.
Jack the Beats. When is your birthday?
July 30th.
July 30th was his birthday. Happy belated birthday to you, Big Ed.
Thank you,
And
thank you.
I'm glad you got a gift that you can enjoy. And maybe you can even let the Bears win a few games.
Oh yeah, they didn't already won a few games on Madden. So
There you go. There you go. Ways, what's going on with you, man?
Man, not much. Biggest thing I got going for me is starting this technically starting already. One of my older boys will be moving in with us and going to school out here with us. So I'm excited about that. I got three kids in my house, one of them being a teenager.
Cool in the gang.
built-in babysitter.
Man.
Built in babysitter. So yeah, I had an awesome freaking weekend, man. I would say the best birthday present I've ever given. So big ups to my son Evan, my youngest son Evan. He has turned 20 years old yesterday. So yesterday was his 20th birthday. And for his birthday over the weekend, we drove to Muskegon, Michigan, which is the west coast of Michigan, and we rode a ferry across to Milwaukee. And when I tell you that shit lived all the way up to the hype and beyond, it was too damn cool. And so yeah, we went over and then we went to Milwaukee. We went and ate in Milwaukee. We was right across the street from the Bucks Stadium where we ate. So we got to see the Bucks Stadium, took a few pictures, hung out in the beer garden, the little area uh, across the street where they watch the games outside. And we did the river walk. And then we jumped back in the car and drove to Madison and
Uh-oh.
hung out on State Street. And we walked to UW campus, and he loved that. That was a blast. And of course, State Street is always fun. So yeah, we had a great time, man. And we ended up crashing out in Janesville. We went down to
Uh-oh.
Janesville and crashed out. Our hotel was in Janesville, so we went to Janesville and we crashed out, and then headed on back on the road. And here's the to cap it all off. I come back worn out, tired, full ass weekend. I mean, Saturday felt like 2 days. Beyond with the ferry ride and the trip to Madison, all that, it felt like 2 days had passed.
Right.
So we took that long drive back Sunday and got back, and I'm taking my shit out of my car, and guess who pulls up in front of my house? Dejan and his son pulls up on me. Bump, what's up, Pops? How was the trip, man? I'm just getting back. I literally taking my stuff out the car. I just got back. He's like, oh, okay, cool. Did you eat yet? I said, nah, man, I didn't. I'm actually starving. cool, we about to go eat. So we went out to this hibachi restaurant called Ichiban, and we had a freaking blast up in there. We turned the place out, and yeah, we had a ball, man. And so I got home, I was full, I was happy, I was tipsy because that was I didn't drink all weekend until, but now that Dejan's driving. So yeah, I had hibachi and beer and sake galore, and I had a blast, man. It was a great time. So it was definitely an epic weekend. I think I had the best weekend in the city, period, in the world,
Awesome.
Bro,
probably in the world.
I don't know if you've ever had sake, but that's dangerous.
Oh yeah, I've had sake.
Man, it barely has any taste to it. So you just sitting there drinking it like water, and all of a sudden you half a bottle through, and you're like, "Oh, this was a mistake."
I was knocking it down, man.
Yeah,
I was
Benny
feeling
Hanna's
good when I got home.
had me fucked up.
Man,
Yeah, I was feeling good when I got home, man.
And you got it at the right place. Ichiban was the first fucking place I went to that served sake, and man, that stuff was great.
Man, I'm mad they closed the Ichiban down up here down.
Hmm
Damn. Well, with all of that said, yes, I do the intro, and sometimes I actually do the close, but I am not the host of the show, so let me take this moment to introduce the host of the show and turn the show over to none other than Wayz. What up, dawg? Wayz, yeah.
Man, not much.
Clap. I need an applause drop. How about this? Good enough.
There we go. That works just fine. Oh man.
So let's with that said, let's do this, and Wayz, we'll let you take over from there.
I was gonna say my mouth is getting dry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't re-up on my crown, but I did get a gift from somebody.
Yep.
Got back to work Monday, and I had a gift sitting on my desk, a bottle of wine. It was nice.
Oh,
Oh
shit.
yeah.
Saving it for the right occasion.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we'll get somebody is gonna get drunk and fucked off of that. But anyway.
He said, and that's how babies are made.
Somebody's done a victim to this.
As long as you're not doing a Bill Cosby, you good.
No, I'm just, yeah, I know, right? Drop a little
No
something in there.
No roofies.
Drop a little something in there. And I'll be like,
When we gonna get to the good part?
hey.
Get down to the good part. When we gonna get to the good part? When we gonna get to it?
All right, Wayz, what's going on, man? What's the deal here?
Not much. Goddamn flies bothering the hell out of me right now. Wait until now.
I was just fighting one a little while ago, and I got him out of the office, and I closed the door, and so he's out there somewhere.
Man, this big motherfucker won't leave me alone. I see him in my camera, and that's really pissing me off.
Yeah, and this motherfucker was playing games with me. I turned toward the wall, and he'd come hit the wall right next to my head and take off. Like, this motherfucker is doing this on purpose.
Oh man! All right, so of course it's football season, so of course we gotta talk football. And before we get to talking our fantasy subject, because of course everything's fantasy related here. We got some things to cover news wise. Starting off with some requested trades in the league. One of them are a topic that Big Ed does not feel too happy about, with Roquan Smith requesting a trade earlier today.
Yeah, and like we were talking about before the show, bro, Roquan Smith doesn't have an agent right now. So he's going off of what he thinks his value is. Not what the league thinks his value is. So that's part of the problem. The other part of the problem is the Bears are notoriously fucking cheap. And it's starting to piss me the fuck off as a Bears fan. Sorry.
Well, I don't know why, because you cheap. You don't want to, he ain't worth it. I wouldn't pay him that much money. See, that's you. That's you. You don't want to pay motherfuckers, you lose them. That's how the game works. And you can call you got the same cheap attitude as your squad.
But I know
They
Roquan
won't.
Smith is worth more than the contract that's only worth $19 million.
Yeah.
I can agree with that.
And Kyler was worth more than a rookie contract.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but he wasn't worth $230 million.
He got it. You are worth whatever you pay for it. Some people, you know what? People come to me. I sell cars. For those that don't know, I sell Cadillacs. And Cadillacs ain't cheap.
No.
Right? So some people come in there. How much is this car? This is $100,000 car. Oh, it ain't worth that. But guess what? The motherfucker ain't there no more.
Right?
So while you think it ain't worth that, once somebody paid for it, somebody else thought it was worth it, and they bought it. So guess what? You're worth whatever somebody's willing to pay.
Exactly.
I don't care what nobody say. Is this car worth $100,000? Yep, because somebody bought it for $100,000. If it wasn't worth it, it wouldn't have been gone.
Yeah. But
Exactly.
see, here's another thing about it, too, is the contract that the Bears were offering him would have crushed the linebacker market in the NFL. It would have lowered the market for linebackers in the NFL. So he's also
with
standing up.
that attitude of let you carry of being cheap. That same thing. That quarterback market is at a place, and if they'd have gave him less than that, then they resetting the market. Nope, we keeping that market. I want market value. I don't care what you think. I'm worth it to you. Or you want to start over for a third time in the last 5 years? Nope.
Yeah.
Here's the dough. Here's the dough, boy.
And really, they cannot afford to lose him. Their best bet is to pay him and deal with the consequences of having to not be cheap for once in their franchise history.
What your boys gonna do, man?
Oh, we gonna eventually pay him. We gonna pay him.
That nigga gonna be on the 49ers.
You better either a 49er or a Viking. Worse yet,
Actually,
Green Bay still needs a
no.
linebacker.
Trade partners that came up were the Chargers, Bills, and Cowboys.
Oh, he gone. He going to the Cowboys. Everybody knows the Cowboys are going to suck this year. They're going to go ahead, get a Cowboys draft pick and another player that's not that great. Get Roquan over in Dallas. Dallas is going to go ahead and they're going to benefit off of it a little bit, but not enough to get outside, and the Bears are going to capitalize off of an early draft pick.
I don't think that's going to be that early for the Cowboys. That's not going to be that high of a draft pick.
Bottom or top 10 draft pick, in my opinion.
No, no. It'll be somewhere between 20 and 25.
I wouldn't say that.
Okay.
We'll see. It's too early to make these kind of predictions, but we'll see.
I don't think the Cowboys are going to suck bad enough to get a top 10 pick.
I think they're going to come last in their division. Personally, that's me personally. That's just because I don't like the Cowboys, and the only
behind the Giants.
Behind the Giants. Here's the thing.
I'm the one smoking the blunt, right?
Look, there's only one thing I hate more than the Cowboys, and that's their fan base. So I want to see the Cowboys fail as miserably as possible. So if that means Dan Jones outperforms Dak Prescott, I'm going to root for Dan Jones to do so.
Want it and saying you believe it is two different things.
Yeah, that's true.
That is two very different things. I mean, I used to hate the Packers, but I wasn't going to say I think they're going to have a top 10 pick. I knew they were better than that. That's why I hate them.
No, they got Tony Pollard back there. So, yeah, no. Realistically, they're probably going to finish maybe second or third. I don't see them finishing. Wait, who else in the who was all in their division again?
Washington,
Giants,
Philadelphia, and the
Washington, and
Giants.
Philadelphia.
Okay, yeah, they'll finish second then, behind Philly.
That's possible. That I could say realistically is possible. I could even see them possibly being. I think Washington could sneak up and be better than people think, and sneak in a 2nd.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't see them coming behind the Giants. In fact,
No.
No,
I don't know. I think they're better than Washington too.
I want to see them come up behind the Giants. Like I want that, but yeah, no. Realistically, it's not a thing.
No.
Chase him.
Now we got another trade request that was made earlier today. This time,
Who's that?
Kareem Hunt
Oh,
requested his trade.
which he should have.
Right,
I
and
saw
this is,
that, and I think he's going to get his wish because they really don't need him.
Yeah, you
No,
can't
no,
have
no.
two number ones.
no,
They really don't need him. He's not the best running back on that team,
no.
Right.
and I think
But he
Dearness,
is.
I think Dearness Johnson is just fine as the second back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's going to be
And
just
Kareem
fine.
still.
And I think this will raise Dearness Johnson's stock fantasy wise as well.
Yeah.
It raises his fantasy stock if Kareem goes.
No.
And I think they will move him.
And Kareem still. I'd still say he could be a number one somewhere.
Yeah, I
He's
agree.
very good, but I think I'm looking from a Browns standpoint. They can afford to move him,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
and it might not be a bad idea to get a quarterback with this deal.
Now, with
Don't
this,
they got Brissett and Rosen?
Yeah.
Okay.
We got Brissett.
they got Brissett. Rosen is not a quarterback. He's just a guy who was
Rosen-
drafted.
Rosen is like saying they got me back there.
Yeah, he was just someone that happened to get drafted at one point in the NFL. Like, I would never
So-
put Rosen as anything.
Yeah, they may as well get Eric Hipple.
Rehire Jamarcus Russell. God damn it.
Bring Charlie Batch back in this bitch.
But yeah, no.
They I think they can afford it, but I think this Deshaun Watson situation is potentially going to get ugly.
Yeah.
And because NFL don't like to lose.
No.
No.
So now that they lost and they're going to say, okay, well, now we decide, I think it could potentially get ugly. And if that's the case, prepare yourself because I do like Jacoby Brissett,
Mm-hmm.
but if he goes down, I don't like Josh Rosen.
No.
Yeah.
Those-
I'm not saying.
That's the
And
reason
Jacoby
I'm seeing more of a chance that Jimmy G will end up in Cleveland.
And Jacoby Brissett going down is a high
Oh,
possibility.
Kareem Hunt, yeah, they can have him. If they're gonna send Kareem Hunt to the 49ers for Jimmy G, deal.
Exactly.
Deal.
And you don't need to make any extra trades. That's a solid
Boom.
trade on its own.
Boom, deal. Let's roll. I'm with it. Because here's my thing with Jimmy G. The reason I was always against it before, I know I joked about talking to Shanahan last week, which I did, but we talked about something else. We was talking about getting some weed. Anyway, the reason my thing with Jimmy G was that I knew that Debo was having an issue that I don't want to play with this Trey dude. Right? That's what word was. Debo didn't want to sign because he wasn't ready to play without Jimmy G. Well, if that's the case, Jimmy G ain't going nowhere. If
Right.
there's a package deal, then Jimmy G is in the house because Debo got to stay. But once Debo came around and said, all right, I'm cool. However we going to roll it, I get it. This our guy, and I'm cool. Put the contract in front of me. I signed a dotted line. Okay, well, if Debo's good, then I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Period. That's
Hey.
when I said, okay, I'm good now. Y'all can let him go.
And
But if he
Kareem,
was the reason we kept Debo, then he's got to stay.
and Kareem Hunt going to the 49ers would make Debo so much more happier because
Ooh,
now
that would be-
he does not have to be the second string running back while still playing a first string wide receiver position.
Even though he let him tell it, he wanted the ball more. But anyway, I would love to see Kareem Hunt in the
God,
49ers.
that'd be scary. And then Trey Lance is not bad on his legs either. He's not that terrible
Still
passing.
got Eli. You still got Eli Mitchell, who had.
I was gonna say, would you keep Eli as your number one then?
Hell no, I put him as a third down back because he's devastating in third down situations.
That'll be a monster, man.
But I think Eli proved that he's a number one.
Go on and make that deal. Go on and make that deal.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make that deal.
Eli is a situation you deal with next year because whether Dallas likes to admit it or not, this is Zeke's do or die season.
Yeah, I agree with that. But I guess what Big Ed is getting at is would he be number 2 behind Kareem Hunt, or would Kareem Hunt come in and be the number 2? Either way, it doesn't matter because my thing is this with Eli. His style of running, at least a year ago, got him injured a few times. Yeah. He never took the big injury where he was out for a long time, but he took multiple injuries, so he was out more than once. So every time he goes down, there's no sweat.
No, exactly.
Here comes Kareem. Or we don't have to run either one of them so much that we lose either. We can keep them both. But see, like Mostert was that guy, but then he went down.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on him, man? Is he reliable, or is he a guy that gets hurt every year? When he's healthy, he's a monster. But
who's that, Mostert?
Yeah,
I think he has great trade value. If I was the head coach, I would not mind trading him away, getting rid of him because of his liabilities as
Mostert's
a
in Miami
player.
now.
Yeah, I was just gonna say he's in Miami now.
But man, that brought up another subject. Miami's running back room is fucking deep.
They can run a 4 running back set right now.
They got Mostert, they got Sony Michel, and who are the other 2?
Myles Gaskin. Who to me personally, I think Myles Gaskin's their best running back.
I do too.
But yeah, they got 4 running backs in their room that can be a number 1.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I would consider Sony Michel a number 1.
Yeah, he's kind of fallen off. It depends on the system he's in. I see him being a number 1 somewhere like. I can't even see him as a number 1 in Seattle because I think Rashad Penny's the best one they got.
And I've not seen him be a number 1 yet.
He
wasn't the number 1 in New England.
Yep.
He wasn't the number 1 in Los Angeles.
No,
Akers
took that job.
Yeah. So I don't think he's number 1. I don't see him as a number 1. But he's an excellent complimentary back, though.
Right. Oh, gosh,
he's great to have back there. And he's a committee back.
Yeah.
That certainly is a committee.
Yeah.
And they got the wide receiver room on tilt, too.
Yeah. Man, Miami's in the greatest position. That's why this is definitely Tua's do or die season because Miami's built right now where they should win a Super Bowl if they had the correct quarterback. So Tua, at least make the playoffs. At least make the playoffs and you keep your job.
Didn't he just? Wasn't that just an indictment of Tua right there? What he just said.
You know what? I'm not commenting on that, Big Ed. You trying to start some shit?
That was just an indictment of Tua right there.
No, it was not. It was not.
I don't see Tua as a Super Bowl caliber quarterback right now, but with the tools he's got around him, he has to make the playoffs. There's no reason he should not make the playoffs right now.
Okay.
Yeah, boy.
But anyway, what else you got, Wayz?
We got someone interested in joining the Rams, and Odell Beckham Jr.
I'm not surprised.
That's something I'm very much interested to see.
But he was just on the Rams. So that's not new.
Was it the Rams?
I was thinking.
Oh, the Bills. It was the Bills he was interested in. My bad.
I was just going to say that.
He's interested in joining the Bills now. Yeah, that would be interesting.
Yeah, that's because Von Miller called him up. And he's like, hey, come on, let's go do this again.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
That's something I definitely would not mind seeing.
All the news that I've heard on Odell is he's gonna wait out most of the season,
Yep.
and then he's gonna sign with a contender.
Yeah, see what everybody's doing, see where everybody at, and see who he can come in and be that missing piece to take them to the next level. That's not a dumb idea.
And to be absolutely honest, I think if he does go to a team earlier than that, the only team that's viable because he sees the potential in it, but they don't have that top receiver that they need, would be Green Bay. And that is something I personally, as a Vikings fan, don't want to see.
I could see that. Yeah, if he wants none, I think he kind of liked the role he fell into in the Rams.
Yeah,
I think he enjoyed that because he's not what he used to be,
right.
but
And
he is good enough to be one of the best number twos in football.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think he saw that when I'm not that guy, and Cooper Kupp was that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Man, how dangerous does that make me now?
And bro, Odell ain't going to Green Bay.
I sure as hell hope not.
I don't think so either.
Green Bay is too vanilla for him.
I could not agree with Big Ed more, and I don't agree with Big Ed often.
Yeah, but at the
Yeah,
same
Green
time,
Bay is-
Aaron Rodgers is very playground, which is right up Odell's alley.
But no, you got cheese in Green Bay, you got cows in Green Bay, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Green Bay doesn't have a big enough playground. Let's put it
No.
that way.
No, he's not going to Green Bay.
No.
Yeah,
And that makes me happy to hear.
I tend to agree with that, Big Ed. I don't think Green Bay is fly enough, so to speak.
No,
Yeah.
they're not having cocaine parties out on the lake.
Yeah.
So,
Why you gotta do all that?
Right, he just went to the next level.
Yeah, why you gonna do nobody? There's no documented evidence of cocaine being on that boat. Okay,
Right?
Say
They threw it off board.
you know,
No.
what was that? What was
might
that?
get us
Flour?
in trouble.
Yeah, that was flour. They're
Before
baking
he
cookies.
gets us in trouble, we have no documented evidence of that.
Yep. Nothing. That is hearsay.
Okay. Yeah,
Hearsay.
he has some
Yeah.
gold. He has some
That
gold
wasn't even
medal flour.
hearsay. Where did I don't ever remember here. I don't
No, he
recall
has,
ever
he has
hearing
some gold
that there
medal
was-
flour.
I don't ever recall hearing that there was powder on that boat. Just that they partied on the boat. That's all.
It was in the video. The white powdery substance was on the mirror in the video.
That wasn't
That,
boat
that
party.
was cornstarch. They're trying to make putty.
Him with the chick. You talking about when him and that chick was in the
Yeah.
room? Yeah,
was
that wasn't
hers.
a boat party.
Was she white? Because it was hers.
But
She was white.
Yeah,
either
it
way,
was hers.
It was her flaky skin.
All right. Let's get off of Odell because that took a whole different turn than I expected. All right, last little piece of news. It's more of an opinion piece, I guess. We got 3 quarterback
And if you think
competitions.
they ain't doing coke in Green Bay, you got another thing coming. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. He'll be taking ayahuasca with Aaron Rodgers. But no, there's 3 quarterback competitions going on currently. Still really thick, really kind of almost even. We got one in Pittsburgh, one in Carolina, and one in Seattle. I want to know who you guys think are going to win this, starting with Pittsburgh, between Mitchell Trubisky, Kyle Pickett, and Mason Rudolph.
Well, all words out of Pittsburgh camp right now is that Kyle Pickett's number 3. Mitch Trubisky, even though he's struggling in camp, is number 1, with Mason Rudolph as number 2.
Mm.
And
But-
I could see Mason Rudolph taking that spot. Although I think they want it to be Trubisky.
They want it to be Trubisky.
And if they wanted to, then that's probably what it's going to be. But I could see Kyle Rudolph taking that spot though.
Mason Rudolph.
Mason Rudolph, goddamn, all these fucking names.
Yeah, Rudolph. There's 2 of them, but it's hard to tell them apart.
No, not the fucking tight end. Okay, I'm talking about Mason.
All right, so moving on to Seattle. Well, before I move on, I will say I personally would hope Trubisky moves on or starts because I have a feeling that once he has that system down the peg, that's the perfect he has the perfect team around him to be at least moderately successful this year. I see him going over 500 as long as he gets gets right with that system.
I don't see that, but okay.
No.
That's fair.
See, Trubisky's greatest strength when he was in Chicago was he was able to improvise.
Hmm.
And that's because he had one receiver and one tight end that were able to improvise with him in Jimmy Graham and Allen Robinson.
Yeah.
I don't think Freiermuth or any of the Pittsburgh receivers are that good at improvising.
I don't know. I don't think you saw Deontay Johnson last season then, because that man is an improvisation king at the position.
See, everything I saw from Pittsburgh last year were short passes,
Yeah.
designed to get the ball out of Ben's hands as fast as possible.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah. I can agree with the "we'll see" part. Uh, but then, all right. So we got we got.
Man said I can agree with the "we'll see" part, motherfucker. That's about it.
All right. So the next matchup we got is in Seattle. Drew Lock versus Geno Smith, which is actually turning out to be a lot tighter of a competition than expected.
I'm still going with Drew Lock.
Everything I've heard out of Seattle camp says that Geno's got the job. So it's another we'll see.
Yeah, it's a we'll see, but all these are going to be we'll see.
Wait a minute. Let me. No. I'm not letting him go there because he's everything I hear out of guy today. Fuck with everything you hear out of. What's your thoughts?
I don't know. I haven't seen nothing about except for that he's leading the competition right now.
So what's your what's your thoughts? If the question was who do you think?
I would rather. I think Geno's going to win it.
Okay.
Okay.
For one, he has experience in the offense.
Yeah.
So that's automatically gonna help him out there. And then Drew Lock ain't really that good.
No.
But neither is Geno, so
Right. Drew Lock, I had such high hopes for him because I thought he has such great upside coming out of college. But he hasn't got anywhere near what I thought he would possibly get to by this time in his career. Geno Smith is the same thing, but last year he did impress me when Russell Wilson went down. He showed me that he's able to take that offense and at least do something. Yeah, it's not going to get him into the playoffs, but he at least was winning games. He was out there performing pretty well with that system.
Being a backup is the greatest job in the world. Once you're the starter, it's a different ball game, and we all know it. But I think that the reason I gave my answer real quick and moved on because I don't want to waste too much time on Drew Lock versus Geno Smith. Come on, man. What are we doing?
What are we talking about? Practice?
I mean, seriously.
Hey, that's fair.
there's some people in some drafts that might have to pick him up.
Hey,
More
there
power
definitely
to
is.
you.
There definitely is. We got 32-man draft coming up here at the end of preseason that someone's going to be stuck with one of them.
This motherfucker got a 32-man draft where I'm drafting 31st.
Look, I randomized the order once and left it as is.
I suggest you pick a quarterback.
I would suggest you pick a quarterback.
Well, the good news is you got the second pick of the second round.
Yes, which means pick your quarterback first and then just drive home the rest of the team.
Yep.
All right, so final competition at QB is in Carolina, we already know, between Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold, which is really interesting right now.
I think that's interesting in general because we're talking about two quarterbacks that were talked about as being the number one overall pick that year when neither one of them turned out to be the best quarterback in that draft. Not even the second best. They're not even battling for number two. I mean, Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, will both turn out
Justin
to be
Herbert.
all turned out to be better. So,
yeah.
But interesting battle just because They came out the same draft class, and they were both highly touted coming out. Baker did go number 1 overall when a lot of people thought Sam Darnold would. I think
Didn't they go number 1 and 2?
I don't know. Did they?
I believe Sam Darnold was number 2.
He might have been because he went to the Jets. So there's a very good chance you are correct. That said, I think Baker's better. So I'm going to say I think Baker's going to end up winning out on that job.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call it for Baker too.
I want Baker, but right now Sam Darnold is ahead of him in training camp. So what the coaches and the media is saying is Sam Darnold's ahead of Baker. I personally think Baker should start going forward because I think he fits the system a lot better and he provides more tools for their system.
And see that
I
also
wouldn't be
might
surprised.
that also might just be that Sam already knows the system
Mm-hmm.
and Baker's just learning.
Yeah.
That could be as well, and I wouldn't be surprised either way. I just think I'm saying Baker because I think he's the better player. I have not been paying attention to what's coming out of camp. I can't lie. I have not. I'm just like whatever. Play football. That's when I pay attention, motherfuckers. That's when I was.
I will say this from what I've noticed about the Carolina Panthers and their quarterbacks in camp. All the attention has been on the battle between Mayfield and Darnold. But at the same time, the coaches are really high up on Matt Corral, their rookie. So both of them better watch their asses.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, it just comes to who's getting the reps.
I mean, if they got 3 quarterbacks that young, they may have a problem.
One of those two is going.
Somebody's got to go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Darnold or Mayfield's getting cut.
Yeah, you can't have 3 quarterbacks that young that's all bucking for the same job because it is going to cause issues eventually.
Yeah.
But that is trade bait.
Anyway, yeah, it is potentially. I mean, not great trade bait. Nobody's yet.
The only trade bait they got is Mayfield.
Yeah, who you gonna give up? What are you gonna get for either of them?
Mm-hmm.
You ain't getting much for any of them.
No.
Yeah.
You ain't getting much for any of them.
You might get a third rounder at best.
Shit, I ain't giving them no third rounder.
I was gonna say 4th or 5th, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know. I want a 7th when it comes to Darnold. Fuck all that.
Anyway, man, let's take a short break. You listen to the Showdown. I'm your boy LG Tim Wilson. This is Wayz. We are the Nasty Boys. Make sure you stay tuned. Subscribe to the channel and like if you like what you see, and share it with your friends. We'll be right back. Peace. Showdown. Yo. And we're back. I don't know what happens. See what y'all don't know. Big Ed disappears. As soon as we say break, Big Ed disappears.
It's like Bernie Mac says, when we say break. Sorry, go ahead.
And he does not come back until he hears the voice. It's like you can't wait for Big Ed to come back so we can know we all back, because he will never come back.
Yo, Big Ed is exactly what like Bernie Mac says. When they say break, we break.
We break.
Oh.
All right.
What else we got, man?
I got people working on my truck right now. So.
Okay, I got
You
you.
always got something.
All right, so the official first week of the preseason is starting. I figured what's the harm in doing some predictions? we're not going to go through every game. It's preseason, not worth our time to go through every single game. So I figured let's bring up our favorite teams and predict their games. And then we're also throwing in the Lions because they are a divisional.
They're our B team.
Yeah, they're our B team.
They're my B team, man. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid, like I said. And speaking of the Lions, for them right out there.
Mm-mm.
Oh, it's a huge story for the Lions sitting out there right now.
What's that?
Debuts Hard Knocks featuring the Detroit Lions. The training camp started last week, and I'll tell you, I ride past the facility on my way to work every day. It's been jam-packed out there every single day, every morning. So, yeah, Hard Knocks. I watched the trailer last night. They do a really good job of making whatever team they're showing look really good. They really do. They get you pumped up. I was like, okay, they get you hyped to watch this shit. But yeah, so Hard Knocks, featuring the Detroit Lions debuts tonight, actually.
Oh wow. Now, don't they usually do 2 teams in Hard Knocks now?
No, they do one, and they may do it. What they did last year, and I don't know if they're going to do it
One
again.
halfway through the season.
No, they did. Yeah, they did the Hard Knocks is just training camp.
Right.
So last year they did Hard Knocks in season with the Colts.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they may do. I don't know if they plan to do that again, but yes, if they do, then they did. They did Hard Knocks. If
Yeah, that was. I actually
last year was
like
the
that.
first time they did that.
Yeah, I
They
kind
did
of like
Hard
that
Knocks with
because
the Cowboys.
you got
Last year, Hard Knocks was the Cowboys,
Right.
and then Hard Knocks in season was the Colts.
Yep.
I like how they did that last year because then you get to see a team making adjustments throughout the year.
And I didn't watch a single minute of it.
I'll be real. My favorite part about Hard Knocks was it's really not a favorite part. It's a hard part, but when it comes to cuts towards the end of preseason.
Why did I know he was going to say that? I
He
knew
always
it.
like to watch a
Love some
motherfucker
fucking
cry.
heartache. Yeah.
No, it because like you get two emotions. You get that player who's emotional and gets a little choked up, and then you get that player who's like, "I'm about to beat your fucking ass. You should not cut me." It's just funny for me. I don't know what it is.
Just like watching a motherfucker cry.
Yeah, and
He likes the heartache of it. Yeah, the negative
look,
shit.
all right, it's not my fault. All right. All right, so for this first matchup, we got the Falcons will be at the Detroit Lions for Week 1 of the preseason.
I'm gonna go with
What is going on?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Falcons also.
Holy shit, my shit was all stuttering. Y'all froze up on me for a second. I'm gonna go with the Lions, just because y'all did it. Next up, we got the Packers up against going to San Fran.
Friend.
I'm gonna surprise y'all because I'm going with San Fran.
I'm gonna go with San Fran as well.
Because I don't have no kind of faith in Jordan Love. And that's who's gonna be playing most of the game.
Oh
Jordan
yeah,
Love good last preseason though.
yeah, he was great during the preseason. Just afterwards,
Last preseason, he actually looked good. It was when he had to come into a real game that it was like, dude, y'all better pay Aaron Rodgers.
All right. Next up, we got the Chiefs at the Bears.
Who do the Chiefs got a quarterback for this?
I'm going with the Bears.
Wow, that's a shock.
Mm. What'd you say, bro?
I said I'm also going to go with the Bears.
Okay, that is unanimous. I'm going with the Bears as well. I don't expect them to start Patty Pat.
No.
And final matchup will be the what's up?
And here's another caveat: the Bears have already said that they're who's projected to be their starters are actually going to get significant playing time in the preseason.
Good. They need that practice with that offensive line. Like, I don't even mean to make fun of them. It pisses me off that they didn't work on that offensive line at all. All right. And the final matchup, we got the Vikings going to Las Vegas to face the Raiders.
Vikings.
I'm going to go with the Raiders.
Oh, this is tough for me because I don't think David Carr or what? David? That ain't right. Derek Carr is going to start or Devontae. But at the same time, I don't think Kirk Cousins and our crew is going to start. I'm going to go with. Wait, who's the Raiders' backup? Does anyone know?
I think it's what's the name? Whatchamajigam.
Whatchamacallit.
What's the face brother?
But I also know that the only one on here that can name the Vikings backup is you.
Yeah, Sean Mannion. No, Sean Mannion's with you guys now.
No, we got Trevor Siemian.
Oh yeah. So Sean Mannion. So I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna go with the Vikings. That's a 50-50 game.
They're all 50-50 games.
It's preseason.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying like, yeah, you're right.
I wish I had access to your drop. What are we talking about?
Practice?
All right.
The only reason the Bears are playing the Chiefs is because the Chiefs practice in Wisconsin.
Turn up for what?
I'm just saying. What am I turning up for?
Well, this Sunday they'll be practicing in Chicago. All right. So I got our picks in.
Time for that.
Yeah, right. Let's talk about these drafts that's been going on.
Man,
I know each one of us have drafted in a league or two. Like me and Joe just got done drafting in the free $500 the best fantasy league they call it. Ain't that
best free
league.
fantasy league? Yeah,
Yep.
Best free league, something like that. Yeah.
And I'm kind of upset at the
Good
grade
league.
that they gave me for the fucking team that I got.
But they gave you an A.
Now they gave me a C.
No, you thought you deserved a D.
I got Debo with Joe Mixon and Justin Herbert.
wait, you got Justin Herbert?
Yeah. Or no. Hold on.
He don't know who he
It
got.
wasn't Herbert.
I was gonna say I don't think you got
Yeah,
Justin
no.
Herbert.
No, I got Joe Burrow.
Yeah, Joe Burrow.
I know I had one. I know I had somebody that started with a J. But
You could have had Joe Namath.
but behind that, I got a pretty deep team, and I figured I should at least got a B, maybe A minus. But they gave me a fucking C.
You sound like these young ass football players now. Oh, how they gonna give me a 77 rating on Madden? What the fuck does that matter?
All right, well, I got an A on that draft. And let me list off my starting line offensive team for you. I got Derek Carr, Justin Jefferson, Jerry Jeudy, Brandon Ayuk, Travis Etienne. Was that? Oh, Oh my God, Ramondre Stevenson, Mike Gesicki, and fucking Rondale Moore.
They ain't shit.
I mean, shit. The three, the three at the top that I named should have beat that team.
What?
Joe
Hmm.
Burrow, Joe Mixon. Okay, my grade should have been higher.
I was
but
just gonna say
but
Justin Jefferson alone's gonna outscore them.
there was a lot of D's and D minuses in that league,
Mm-hmm.
and it was surprising where the D's and D minuses came from. The people that were drafting those teams, they're people from the SW football group and from the Broad Street Bullies, and yeah, they got a lot of D's and D minuses.
No, the people that got the
That
D's and D
don't mean
minuses were the ones that
shit.
look. The people that was doing those was also the ones that were talking the most shit. I found it funny, but it is what it is. I cannot judge it until we actually get to playing. When I
Play
see
the
them
goddamn
scores,
game.
I'll start to make
man,
my judgments.
I stopped paying attention to that highest fucking grade in the draft. I had A plus plus. My draft was perfect according to the fucking site, and I got my ass kicked all year long. Fuck that fucking grade. That don't mean shit. You smiling like you accomplished something because they got a D and you got a C. That don't mean shit. Play the game. Win the fucking game. That's because shit happens.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Players pop up that's better than they projected.
Yeah.
Players get hurt. Shit happens.
McCaffrey.
The game changes.
Man, don't say Christian McCaffrey because this motherfucker got
The game
hurt
does not
his
follow
first
their-
couple
the game
days
does
of
not
training
follow their-
camp.
Hey, here's the one. Here's the funniest fact about that draft.
Oh my God.
First pick of the draft, Christian McCaffrey. Very first pick of the draft.
If that's the funniest thing, we can move on because that wasn't even funny.
Okay.
If
All right.
it gets worse from there, then I've heard enough.
Luckily, no one picked up Rob Gronkowski yet.
Right.
But
Yeah.
all right. So staying on the subject of fantasy, though, I got a little more of a narrower look. What are you guys' feelings and perspectives when it comes to dynasty leagues? How do you feel about dynasty leagues? I should say.
I've only done the Dynasty League for 1 year. So let me get into my second, maybe third year, and then I can come back and answer that question.
So far.
Right.
No, so far, where
Oh.
you at?
So far, I'm good on them. I like it. Because
Go ahead.
I like the team that I had last year. And hell yeah, I want to carry it on and see where it goes.
I've always liked it. I've only done it. I've really just started doing Dynasty a couple years ago. I had already came up with the idea of wanting to do this in the group, and so I did some research to see how it goes, and I joined a few Dynasty leagues so that I could learn what happens. There was one thing that I didn't know that I learned after my draft is that the first draft, the inaugural draft, is a lot longer than the other drafts. I didn't know that. So I had to learn that the hard way. But once your league is going, I love it because you get to build something moving forward. One, so you get to build a legacy.
Right.
Two, I like it because draft pick trades are more commonplace. Because you can trade future picks, so it's more action when it comes to trading draft picks. And trades in general can get to be a little more active because this your squad. It ain't no start over next year.
Right.
This your squad, so you're building from where you at for next year. When you lose the Gronk, you know you got to find you another tight end.
Mm-hmm.
If you skinny at quarterback, you know you got to you either got to trade for a vet, but the likelihood is you got to hit on one of these rookies next year.
Yep.
You got to hit on one of these rookies. You can sit him to the sideline and wait for it, but you got to hit on one because it ain't no vets out there. You know,
Yep.
that's so I like dynasty leagues a lot. They're a lot of fun, and it's something that I like. Uh, Even though I've only played it a short time, I like the concept of where it can go, what it can lead to, and you're building a team. You're building your own franchise. You
Yeah.
know, and I like that about it.
Last year was the first year I even heard about a dynasty franchises and dynasty leagues. And for me, it was like the coolest idea ever. And to this day, it is still the coolest idea ever. I would prefer to join 10 dynasty leagues than to have one or two classics.
I agree. I would like to go. Um, well, I think for me, dynasty leagues is it's probably the coolest idea. But I think it's a close second, or probably 1 and 1A, is the clashes, the what I call gang fights. I love those too.
Hmm.
Right.
So I would really like to eventually phase myself out of all leagues except for leagues that are dynasty leagues or a clash,
Yeah.
a gang fight. My crew against your crew. I love those too.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see where this new concept is going to go. My league's not full, but I'm still curious to see where it'll go. I think people are. I got to get on EFG because no EFGers are in my damn league. What's up with that?
Yeah. Except for us.
Shit. In fact, let's go ahead and explain that concept. Since we're talking fantasy.
So I call it coin flipped. Coin flip. So it's heads or tails. Heads is NFC. Tails is AFC. It's two divisions. If you're in the heads division, then you can only draft NFC players. You can only pick NFC players up out of free agency. You are an NFC. You are just NFC. And the tails can only draft and pick up free agents from the AFC, teams that are in the AFC. So it kind of gives us a which conference is better type of storyline in the end. Is that who has the dominant conference, the AFC or the NFC? If I don't get any more players in it, I'm going to end up trimming it down and just going with what I have. I don't want to, but I will.
Right.
Uh, and it will be an 8-team league, which would be whack. But unless I can fill this league, I'm going to do that. I saw somebody got in and jumped back out, and I'm okay with that. I'm not the person that trips over people not joining my league. I don't
Right.
get all into that shit. If you don't want to, you don't want to. You want to try it. It is an experiment. And it's an idea I came up with that I thought was dope, and I could not find a platform that would support it where you're only going to see NFC players if
Right.
you're in NFC, and you've got to take it upon yourself to know, okay, this guy plays for the Chiefs, that's AFC, I can't pick him. You got to do
Right.
it. You have to take it upon yourself to do that because the platform doesn't support it where it can limit you. But I did think to the next level as well. What happens if you pick a player that's in the NFC and then he gets traded to the AFC? Do I then have to trade that player?
Right.
The answer is no. If you drafted him when he was in the NFC, he is grandfathered onto your roster if and when he gets traded.
Right.
But if he's not on your roster, you can't. Once he goes to AFC, you can't pick him up out of free agency because now he's AFC. But if he was already on your team when he got traded, you do not have to move that player. You can keep him on your squad and keep rolling.
Okay.
And that's the only exception to the rule of not having any AFC players on the NFC team and vice versa.
Right.
I speak of it from the NFC standpoint because I'm NFC. So,
And I'm AFC.
I believe I'm NFC also.
You are.
So, but yeah, that was an awesome and
I think it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out, and
Yeah.
I would love for it to feel. But if it doesn't, I'm going to trim it down. So the league, I have enough players to. I have enough people in the league now to have a season.
right.
So if I have to trim it down, I'll trim it down. But I would love for it to fill up as is. I think 8 teams on each side is going to be make it very tough to get some really good teams out of only one conference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will be okay if because right now we got 4 teams in each conference. If it comes to that, fine. We can all get some very good teams in each conference
Right.
with just 4 teams in each conference.
Now, with in the league, you can only trade with your conference then.
That's a good question with trades. That's a good question. I think trades are gonna have to be open.
So
I
we could
think-
trade for an AFC player.
I think you would have to leave it open for trades. I think so. I think I would have
Okay.
to leave it open for trades. Now that I think about it, because it wouldn't be. I don't want it to be. That's a good question. I didn't. I really need to consider it because the only thing I thought about is if in real life somebody get traded.
Right.
But yeah, so if there's a trade area where you can trade for an NFC player, I don't know. I'm thinking that I don't know. I don't know. I got to really think about that. That's a good question. I've got to think about that and see
'Cause
what feel like.
I
out
would
there.
actually keep it for the competitiveness. I would actually keep it.
So that you've got
that
it's
way.
got to be an AFC player. But for instance, if a player that I have grandfathered in that's now AFC, then yeah, you can trade for that one, right?
Right.
But you would have to have an NFC player to trade with.
Right.
I could see that scenario being okay. Trades are tricky. That's tricky. I don't. Yeah, I'm gonna think that trades you got to trade for. You can't add players to your team that's not in
In the
your
conference. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would keep it like that.
I
Yeah.
think I'm gonna keep it that way. I
Yeah.
agree with that.
Interconference
trade-
trading is probably the best route.
Yeah, I don't think trades is going to be an exception. If you have to trade for somebody that's still in your conference, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the exception is if I have a player that was grandfathered in and traded to an AFC team, then yeah, you can trade me an NFC player for that player because now he's AFC.
Right.
Yeah. When you broke this down to us, I was like, man, I got excited because this is a dope ass concept in my opinion. I really like this idea.
I think it's cool as fuck.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to this.
I was fucked up when I came up with it.
That's
I was-
some of the best ideas.
I
come
was
about.
on the gummies. I had been drinking. I was just sitting here, high as hell and bored, and just I was going through shit, looking up stuff, and it just hit me like a ton of bricks. Like, damn, that would be cool if I could do that. And so I started searching. I tried every single platform I knew of, and none of them would support it. So I just went to the one I liked the best and said, let's do it here. Just gotta be strict to it, but I'm gonna have. But I also left the caveat open so that people know I will be managing with a firm hand on it. If you play the game and fuck it up, then I will take the player from you.
Right.
It will. Period. Wrong. You lose your pick. You
Yeah.
take Finis Dimbo.
Now, how does the draft work again? Is it a offline draft?
Great guy.
No, it's gonna be online draft. It's gonna be a regular draft. Just when it's your pick, you know that if
You can only
you got a
pick from
choice
the
between, you got a choice
So-
between Josh Allen and Jared Goff. You got to go with the one that's in your
Yo,
conference.
all the best quarterbacks are in my division. Or my conference. I'm good with it.
That's a lot of quarterbacks in the AFC. But you know what? We do got our share. We do. You say all the best, but the best is Tom Brady. The best is Aaron Rodgers. You know what I'm saying? We still got some, bro.
Hey, look,
Dak
they're the
Prescott.
best in real life, but fantasy wise, hell no, they're bottom 10.
They ain't no bottom team.
Look, bottom of the top 10, I should say. Let me be more specific.
If I remember correctly, Tom Brady finished number 3 or 4 last year.
And fantasy points?
Yeah.
Oh, Tom Brady puts up a lot more than that. Tom Brady always gets disrespected when it comes to fantasy, but when you got him, you realize you don't want to bench him.
He was top 3 or 4.
He throws the ball
year.
a lot. He throws a lot. He's efficient, and he
Aaron Rodgers was in the top
throws
10
touchdown passes.
Aaron Rodgers was top 10 last year. I ain't gonna lie, he pissed me off at the first game of last year because he got me negative 40 or 30 points that first fucking week, and it pissed me right the fuck off. Like, how the hell I got goddamn Aaron Rodgers giving me Jamarcus Russell numbers in fantasy?
I mean, think about it. Jameis Winston puts up fantasy points.
Thank you. So we got Matt Stafford.
Ooh.
It's some quarterbacks over here in the NFC now. Don't sleep. Don't sleep.
Oh wait, I got a good return for him. I was gonna say Jalen Hurts, my favorite pick to grab, but I got someone that can replace him in the AFC.
Jalen Hurts is NFC too. Yeah. Jalen Hurts is NFC. Dak Prescott. We got some players now. We got some dog. We got Justin Fields.
Trey Lance
on your ass. Y'all better recognize. Kyler Murray. Yeah.
Kyler. Shit, and y'all just got Russell, so.
Geno Smith.
Yeah.
Zach Wilson. Mac Jones.
Baker Mayfield.
Oh, yeah, we got Baker.
We got Baker now. Yeah.
Oh, shit, and y'all got Trevor.
We got Matt Ryan. Oh, no, y'all got Matt Ryan now. Shit.
We got Marcus Mariota.
Yeah, fuck him.
You said that with pride. What kind of pride does it take to say that?
But yeah, so it's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. Should be fun.
The thing about it is, with Mariota, he did put up fantasy numbers when he was starting.
Okay, well, you pick him. It'll be fun, man. It'll be interesting, and I'm looking forward to it. But right now, I'm wondering where we go from here.
That's it. That was where we go.
That
was it. That was perfect.
When we gonna get to the good part?
You know what? I had the feeling that's why I threw it out there at him. But I do want to say this. Thank you all for joining us. I'm your boy OG Tim Wilson. That's Big Ed, and Wayz, your host of the Showdown. And until next time, man, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you share this with your friends, like it. Big up to the SW football fantasy football group. Another challenge came up, the ACA. So Jab is getting involved in all these other groups now, which is cool. Kind of expanded his group's interest, but they're not actually coming over to ours. So I want them to participate in our leagues too, instead of us just participating in theirs, and they don't. So I also want to say to the other EFG group, fuck y'all. And I'm out of here. Y'all, peace.
Fuck.